Mike Krukow will do plenty of games this year for San Francisco. 60, great to have him back with us. He, of course, longtime pitcher, giant broadcaster, the best booth in the sport, he and Kipe, and he says hello. Mike, welcome. How are you today, pal, okay?
Oh, I couldn't be better, Chris. It's opening day. I didn't think this day was going to come, but hey, thanks for having me on. We could talk a little baseball. How great is that?
You can't do much better. You're right. We times this spring we wondered, and now here we are now, and away we go. All right, the Giants. It looks like to be they're going to struggle some. I mean, the over/under number is way down there in the 20s. There's not a lot. They're trying to in a transitional scenario. They do get Cueto, but it looks to be a tough 60 for them. Give me a little synopsis. What do you have?
Well, they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about one game at a time. And I've always believed that for every team, April was when you were most vulnerable, especially if you're a good team because you had no chemistry yet. So, I mean, you're going to have to get off to a great start. We're all saying the same thing. The Giants right now, they're prepared. They are a team that you're going to see do some things that a Giants team hasn't ever done before. This is a team based on versatility and creativity. They're not asking the starters to go 5 or 6 innings early on. They may not ask them to go 5 or 6 the whole time. We watched our last 2 exhibition games with the A's. The Giants used 18 pitchers in 2 days. Every position has versatility. Every position can platoon, and that's how they're going to go about it. And the one thing that I will say, I know that the preseason prognosticators have not been kind to San Francisco, but this is a team that's very confident right now, and they've got a bounce in their step. They had a great camp, and those are the things that I look for, that Dwayne Kuiper and John Miller and Dave Fleming, we all look for, and we're seeing it.
All right, how about the big catcher, the big player from Georgia Tech, Bart? I mean, he's going to be on a roster here, no Posey, and obviously this guy hit big in the minor leagues. There's no minor league games for him to play, so I would think sometime in the next 60, a lot of Giant fans have been asking me that he'll be on the team. What can you tell me about him? What's up there?
Well, I agree with you. I think it's a matter of time before we see him. He's a big guy. I mean, he's built to take the abuse of the position. He's a middle of the way guy. He's got lots of power. He can hit the ball in the ballpark to right field. He's got a cannon for an arm. Now, when you get up here as early and as quickly as he has, there's some things you have to learn about the catching position. I mean, that's only natural. But he is raw and hungry. And he's about half pissed off that he's not going to be. I haven't seen the roster yet. He may be on the 30. I don't know. But if he's not, he's going to be upset. And that's what you want your rookies to be when they get to the big leagues. You want him to be upset and have a chip on his shoulder, and he does.
Important. Cueto, well, obviously, when he's on, we know how good he is. He's been hurt a lot. I would think something to prove. We know he's, the finesse pitcher who's got, great idea what he's doing on that mound. I'm expecting good performances in the 8 to 10 starts. What can you tell me there?
Well, and so is he. We saw him last year, just a little capsule of, when he came back in September, and it was the same Cueto. And that really was without throwing a lot of innings to get back. He wanted to get back. It was important for him to get back. And if you follow his Instagram in the offseason, the guy's workout regimen is insane. And he has really worked himself into great shape. They're telling him you don't need to go more than 4 or 5. He doesn't want to hear it. In his mind, he wants to go deep like he always has. And I think that's going to be one of the good stories on this staff.
All right, now, we all know the Dodgers, and we all know these good teams here, the Yankees. A short season, off they go. Give me your thought process, mindset, you a player. Starting the year, baseball is such a long season, 6 months, 162, lose 4 or 5 in a row, no big deal. Now 4 or 5 in a row, if you're a good team, you lose, you could be in huge trouble. How about the mindset for the ball player here on a season that starts July 23rd, Mike? How's it changed? Let me hear.
Well, I agree. I think everybody, and I think the one thing that was said about this that I really believe is everybody's coming into late July and they're in the hunt. There are a lot of teams that weren't expected to be in the hunt past May. So everybody is in that mindset. And, baseball, look, even a team that isn't expected to do well can get off to a hot start. For the Giants, the start is essential. Their first 20 games, 14 are on the road, and 10 of them are against either the Dodgers or the Astros. So, they've got a tough schedule, and they know they have to get off. And I think that's being said in every clubhouse. You got to get off to a fast start.
It'd be fascinating to see how the Giants handle that. L.A., Mookie Betts, obviously a team that's got a lot to do here to win a championship. A little, they got a big bullseye on their back in that scenario. What's your take on the team in your division? How good will L.A. be here in 2020?
Well, they're the team to beat, and they've been good for a long time. And, I always expect that organization to do exactly what they did in signing a star of Mookie Betts' caliber. But you know what? My theory as a player and as a broadcaster has always been make them as good as you possibly can. Make them an all-star team, and then go out and kick their butt because it'll make the victory sounding and taste even better. So that's the outlook you have to have. And I think that's pretty much the way the Giants are looking at it. Make them good, and we'll beat them.
Yeah, you're good. A tough schedule. Good job there, Crew. It's great to see you part of the booth, do all these games there, of course, with Kuiper at AT&T. Great to see you. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it today.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having us on.